What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Jared. Y'all, this whole 4B movement that a lot of modern women are going on is self-destructive. And I don't think a lot of these women understand what the hell they're talking about. Today we're going to be reviewing a video review from Jeremy Hill. And this really needs to be talked about because the 4B movement came from Korea. And what we're going to do is we're going to first review Jeremy Hill's video of a black woman talking about the 4B movement, and she doesn't even know what the fuck she's really talking about. But there's something else that you ladies need to actually understand too. Let's get it.
We have the power to make morons go extinct like dinosaurs. The morons here are just creating mediocrity. They are creating harm to Mother Earth, disrespecting the planets, and they are cancer to the...
She's already sounding like a damn fool, ain't she? She's calling all the men morons, that we're destroying the planet and that we are creating or causing cancer. I want y'all to take a look at this woman and realize this is the type of mindset or the example of representing the 4B movement in America. It seems like the modern day black woman will have the dumbest thing to say about that type of movement. It doesn't make any damn sense whatsoever. You know what I mean? It's just another way of putting men down. Now, guess what, ladies? The 4B movement existed among y'all before y'all even knew about it, because y'all been telling us for years how much you don't want to deal with us, you want to cut off, and you want your own gender and all this other shit going on. You said we ain't good enough. So now a group of people gave it a name. You act like y'all just now starting to do that. Y'all been doing that for decades. Let's keep going.
And they are cancer to the planet. We don't need that, okay? We can live without mediocrity. We can live without the morons, okay? And if you're continuing to procreate with morons, you're just making little morons. We don't need that, Sugarfoot. Y'all acting like pregnancy is not a high risk as a woman, especially a black woman. You can possibly die from childbirth.
Okay, and I understand that, but here's the problem. Y'all will get Pookie, Ray Ray, that white man down the street, Hector down the street, got daggone Lee and Jose, a damn kid, and you over here sitting over here blaming black men for there being an extreme amount of single mothers in the black community. But high risk pregnancy is common among black women. Yeah, it's common, but the problem is y'all will give everybody else but the man that deserve his own genetic legacy to survive into the next generation. Y'all refuse to give that man kids, but y'all give Pookie, Ray Ray, and everybody else a damn kid that don't deserve damn children, a damn baby, and they genetic lottery just keep on trailing down the road. So then you get movements like this popping up, and they're talking about, oh, it's men's fault, black men's fault. Matter of fact, let's continue before I start.
And you
can die from cancer. You can die for getting in the car and driving from this place to that place. You can die on a plane. You can die having sex. You can die that's all men. There's 1,000 ways that you can die. Okay? And you just want to point out the fact that if you get pregnant by a black man, you'll die. There's many ways of dying. Anything can happen to you at any given time. And sometimes, it's crazy about this. You're complaining about getting pregnant by a black man because you might die, but when something happened to you, you're begging black men to protect you. You're always hollering about black men don't want to protect you. We don't want to protect you and all this other good stuff, right? But now you want to say you might die if you get knocked up by a black man. That don't make any sense to me.
Childbirth, and you out here going half on a baby with a moron that hasn't even bought you a ring or signed paperwork to commit their life to you? How silly. But you thinking, oh, he gonna stay because he loved me. He is just talking. It's all talk, no bite. You need to let people be about that action. You need to see paperwork. You need to see funds in the bank account. You need to quit being on this fantasy and just being all in la la land as a woman and just thinking that love is sex or love is attention. Love is respect. Does this motherfucker respect you or not? If he
You sound like you would be able to respect the man, motherfucker. I mean, the way you talk right now lets me know that you're not going to be you're a hypocrite. That's what you are. I can hear it in your words.
respect, does this motherfucker respect you or not? If he respects you, he will put his life on the line and sign some paperwork for you. If he not willing to do that, don't have no baby with no modern day bum.
Well,
Yeah, so that's that. And I think this video right here is of the Korean woman. Let's see.
remember, it starts in Korea, this whole movement.
Korean women have no idea what the 4B movement is, and we need to stop this misinformation online. By now, you've probably heard that Korea has one of the lowest birth rates in the world. And a lot of people on TikTok specifically are attributing this to the 4B movement, which, if you don't know, it's a radical feminist movement that basically tells women to completely eliminate men in their lives, which includes not dating them, not marrying them, not sleeping with them, not having children with them. When you search up the term on TikTok, you will not see one single Korean person being like, yes, this is me right now. This is me. I'm 4B. As someone who has lived in Korea for 4 years, the first and only time I've ever heard about this movement is from TikTok, from Western creators. I asked my Korean friends, like,
Exactly. This is misinformation. It's just a bunch of mad, angry feminists who took over something they don't understand nothing about, and said, hey, this is what we need to do. And this woman lived in Korea, and she is Korean, from my understanding. And she said she had never heard of this shit. And she's right. I looked it up on TikTok too. I don't see any TikTok women running around talking about, hey, I'm a part of the 4B movement. Not one.
heard about this movement is from TikTok, from Western creators. I asked my Korean friends, like, hey, what do you think about the 4B movement? They literally told me, I don't know what that is. Something to also note, in Korea, being a feminist or referring to yourself as a feminist is still kind of like taboo. Tell any Korean man that you're a feminist, he'll look at you crazy. So no, the birth rate in Korea is not low because of the 4B movement, a movement which started around 2016/2019. It's because it's just too expensive.
That's what I'm glad she said, because that's what they're trying to push over here. They're saying the reason why the birth rates are so low in Korea is because they are turning off, but they're staying away from men. When in actuality, it's too expensive over there for them to have a whole lot of children. That's why the birth rate is not high.
Exactly. What I'm gonna do next after this video subsides, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually go on and actually explain what the 4B movement is.
And you got a Korean saying this. I'm gonna do a part 2 to this because this is ridiculous, man. We gotta put the truth out there.
It's just too expensive. People are still dating, people are still getting married at a lower rate, but again, it's because it's too expensive. Speak to any Korean person and they will say, I want to get married. I maybe want to have kids if I can afford it. No normal everyday Korean person is telling you, yes, I'm practicing the 4B movement.
So you heard what that lady said and you heard what the black woman said. So now what we're going to do is we're going to say what the 4B movement is, because a lot of these chicks, they're preaching about a 4B movement, but they actually don't understand what the hell it is. So 4B is a radical feminist movement which is proposed. What? Hold up. What the fuck? That's why I fucking hate fucking Wikipedia. Okay, so this was organized in South Korea in 2019. So this is basically saying this: the 4Bs. So the 4 no's are no sex with men, no child rearing, no dating men, and no marriage with men. So basically, the reason why this initially gained recognition on Twitter in 2019 is because of is through various feminists social media accounts. One notably featured a 4B movement, as with other South Korean other South Korean digital feminist movements is that the members who identify themselves as anonymous women, as is convenient. Sorry guys, I'm fucking sleepy as shit right now. Y'all see what time it is? 12 a.m. So basically, okay, so this here's what it is. So the 4B movement is meant to serve as a direct opposition to South Korea's patriarchal state and combat the don't know what the hell that is policies which view women's as bodies as reproductive which views women's bodies and reproductive ability as tools for the state's future. Feminists who engage in the 4B movement are known to be actively resistant to various ways in which gendered expectations are reinforced in a conservative society, specifically related to child-rearing relationships and employment. This resistance involves not only withdrawing from dating, but also rejecting gendered beauty standards and their associated consumerist practices in South Korea. In this conservative and traditional society, alternative forms of protest in the 4B movement involves defying rigid beauty norms and traditional gendered expectations by shaving heads and choosing not to wear bras. That is funny. Members of the movement challenged the conventional way, conventional life trajectory of marriage and family, while also condemning gender discrimination in the Korean job market, where women earn 31% less than their male counterparts, regardless of their marital or parental status. The movement serves as a response to the nation's profound democratic crisis. Basically, 4B feminists reject this instrumentalization of women's reproductive capacities and choose to distance themselves from a society that they perceive as irredeemable. So basically, what they're doing is basically they're saying, I'm not going to sit here and have children and do all of this stuff. Basically, that's what the movement is about. But as you heard in the video, a lot of modern women don't understand that that is not the norm in Korea. A lot of these women over in Korea aren't over here practicing the 4B movement like a lot of American citizens, or I should say American feminists, are saying. See, the thing is, these women in other countries know that these women are insane. They know that these women are just rebels in a sense. They want to control more in society. And the thing is, they think by cutting their hair off, doing all sorts of crazy shit is going to actually do something when it's actually not. And the fact of the matter is that you have American women over here trying to push this shit, acting like it's the fucking majority of women overseas, not realizing that they themselves are fools because they don't understand what's really going on in society. The women over in Korea aren't practicing the 4B movement. And I should say this, a vastly large majority of Korean women aren't practicing the 4B movement. As you heard what the woman said, it's still seen as taboo. You saying that you're practicing the 4B movement, or you're a feminist. See, what I believe is this. A lot of American women like to sit here and put out content and videos and shit upon something they don't even know what the hell they're talking about. Then they get slapped upside the face because they themselves look dumb. I mean, well, you can't really blame men for looking at you sideways when you literally doing all of this shit just to make yourself unattractive to men. If you say you're strong and independent, so what? Be that. But don't sit here and try to blame everything on men because of your failures in life. But anyways, guys, like, share, subscribe, channel, support the podcast on Spotify.com. See you guys on the flip side. Thank you guys for listening. I'll catch you guys later. Bye, guys.